Hey there, my beautiful Aries. You made it to number 4. Thank y'all for showing up for me. I appreciate you. And we're going to do a bonus June reading for you. Check in on soul connections. I'm going to start by doing like a Celtic cross just to see where you're at, any connections attached to you, that type of thing. I will say he and she, you can reverse roles, gender's not specific. Don't take anything that's not yours. And leave the rest. Some parts may resonate with you, whereas other parts might not. So just be aware of that. Okay. So the main energy I'm getting right now is you're sitting back and you're watching. This could be a connection you're attached to, or you're kind of sitting in this place of silent but observant. Um, what's crossing you is movement, so I'm kind of seeing like you're not moving towards this, or you're not actually like doing anything about it because you're waiting to see if there's an opportunity for something to start, or if it's going to leave you sad again. um I do see in the past though, whether you met this person or you've had a connection already, I see at one time in the past you're like, bet this is what it is. This is my person. This is, you know, we're going to beat anything that comes against us, thick and thin. But in the current moment, I feel like something has shifted and you're at a place of like decision making, but you're not actively like doing anything about it. You're sitting back and kind of watching and seeing, like, is this person going to move towards me? Is this person going to, if they do move towards me, are we going to start over, no baggage, or are we going to have to go over the same cycle of pain? Because I do see there's some kind of pain associated to this connection. And what you don't see coming in the tower in the future, I don't know exactly what that's about. It could be things falling apart, or it could be things falling together. We'll see. I'm going to get some clarifiers on this and get more info. Page of Swords. Okay. So basically, what you're telling me through this is you're just waiting for the happiness to resurface. You love this person a lot, but I think in the past your emotions have overwhelmed you to the point that without them, your skies were dark, you couldn't see your way, you didn't have happiness just with you. And so it's like everything went from being really happy to not happy. And so you've been sitting here waiting, like, I just am waiting to see if this is truly, as much as I love them, I want to make sure, like, this is real. I want to make sure that the love I give comes back to me. I want to make sure that this isn't just somebody promising me a dream to, like, get, for me to get over what they've done, kind of thing. Um, I think you're getting better control over your emotions and the way that you handle things with this person. Because basically, like, what you're waiting for is to see how this person moves, right? Are they going to show up as the King of Wands, or are they going to show up as the Ten of Wands? You're just sitting in the middle, unsure, like, which way it's going to go. And you're like, I'm not moving forward towards this again until I'm sure that I'm moving towards somebody or something that's going to actually move the same way I move. I don't want to keep adding burdens onto myself. So I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to watch. I'm going to see what they do. I'm going to see how they move. I'm going to keep track. Okay. So what I'm getting is, like I said in the past, you were like, this is it. This is my person. Blase, blase. This is my husband. But things started to move real slow. Like, there wasn't much that you were seeing over time. And so you've kind of killed the idea of this is what it is. You could have laid the connection down completely, or you're like, I'm not going to move back towards it until it's reborn in a new energy. But for now, it didn't meet my expectations. So I'm going to move towards myself. I'm going to move towards what makes me happy. Even if it takes me forever to be happy without them, I'm going to keep going, is what I'm getting. So in the current moment, it looks like either they've returned or you're just sitting there contemplating, like, what do I do with this? Now, the Fool is clarified by the King of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Cups. And this to me is like, as long as they can love me, as long as they can show up for me, as long as they can invest at least the same as me, because I have the King and Queen of Cups, right? I'm willing to start again, right? And even if we have to start new, but still in the back of your mind, you have the doubt, like, if I just give all my hope to this and I get disappointed, it's going to wreck my world. It's going to tear me apart. And I think that's why the King of Cups is here, is because it's trying to tell you, like, don't let your emotions, regardless of how things go, don't let your emotions overtake you. Make sure to keep one foot on the land and one foot in the water of emotions, because you do not want to set yourself up for something that isn't what you thought it was. Okay. I got the Five of Cups, Five of Swords, King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Now, this could even be somebody you're married to or have been married to. But the relationship has been a freaking headache. There's conflict, there's fighting, there's not understanding. And I think your fear has kind of ruled the show a little bit. Because this person does show up like, we're matching, we're the same. Because I do have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups. But something about it still is just distressing to you, and I'm not sure what it is. You might want to look a little deeper, because it could stem from something other than this actual connection. Because for me, they seem like they're showing up, wanting to give you what it is that you want, but you're still kind of fighting against it. And I don't know if it's like a self-sabotaging type energy or what's going on. Okay. Now, the Tower in the future is clarified by the Eight of Cups, Five of Wands, Hierophant. To me, this gives me like fuck around and find out type of energy. It's like you're like, fuck it. I'm going to give in. We're going to do this. I'm going to fight for this. I'm going to lay down my fears. I'm going to just go for it. And like I said, it could go really good or it could go really bad. I can't tell. Whatever it is, it's going to definitely teach you a lot, because the fives are all about change. Now, they might surprise you. They might be more than what you could even ask for. They might surprise you, and that's what the Tower is about. Or having to tear down everything that's been there and starting from, page one again. But next, I'm going to look into the feminine, the masculine, and the connected energies. And this could be this connection, or it could be another connection. Take it whichever way it resonates for you. Alright, so show me where the divine feminine is in this connection, please. you give me a very back and forth energy. Like sometimes you're in the flow and you're doing good, you're dancing, you're like at the ocean. That's what she's doing. She's out here dancing in the wind. Like she's good. She's in the flow. She's accepting things the way they are. But then sorrow sinks back in. And it says passiveness. So you may have a problem expressing your emotions. You may be very passive. You may have let people run over you. And you're trying to be more in the flow. You're trying to get back to yourself, but you're still kind of battling something in order to learn, though, in order to grow. Now, where do the two of you meet in this connection? Okay. I've got the sun, strength, empowerment, and your alchemy and ancestor guide. So you are being guided to happiness, both of you. This connection can be very happy. You gotta be careful though, because I get like almost like a bipolar energy with this. And I'm not gonna say you're bipolar. I'm just gonna say that some days are really good and other days are really bad. And they're very extreme sides of it. And so be careful, or just make sure you stay on top of your mental health, because like I said, I'm not saying you are bipolar. I'm saying the energy is bipolar. It feels very like up and down, up and down, up and down. And so maybe that's why the King of Cups was there, saying like you really need to get a hold of your emotions, because they're very extreme. And that can affect a relationship. It can affect the person that you're with. Now they have trapped, trigger, and pride. So there's something about the way that you are that makes them feel not free. You could control the things that they do, or everything they do you point out like that's wrong, that's this, that's that, and that triggers this person. And so their pride roars, and they may say things that aren't the nicest. I do see there's a lot of love in this connection, but you two have very, very, very different ways of handling things. And I'm sure when you're in the good flow moments, things probably feel really good. But as soon as something doesn't go your way, it's like back to the bottom of the depths, which triggers this person, and then things kind of spin out of control. So maybe you've got to just find something that you enjoy to do outside of this person. And don't nitpick them either. Like, don't look for things to be wrong, because you're going to end up finding something. Because, I mean, if I woke up every day looking for something to be mad about, I could find 500 things to be mad about, but it's all in your choices, right? You've got to let people be who they are, especially when you're dealing with people that still have a lot of ego, because if you try to tell them what they're doing wrong, their pride says, like, who are you to tell me that I'm wrong? They may even know they're wrong, but they're like, why you gotta point it out? Or like, you're trying to control me? That's where that trapped feeling comes in. So got to get on top of those emotions, because it's energy in motion. So when you're in the flow, energy flows good. When you're in sorrow, energetically it flows negatively. So things will start to get worse if you're sitting in a place of sorrow. And I mean, there's nothing wrong if you are bipolar, or you do have some like depression or something like that. Just try to stay on top of it. Take your medicines, or try to breathe. Meditation works wonders. Okay, so I do see the two of you getting more in depth with each other as far as emotionally, making it more of not so controlled, because I feel like The only time you two talk about emotions is when you're mad. Instead of having open communication, like, hey, I don't like it when you do this, but, I understand that you have a side to it. Let me hear how you feel about it. Um, when you do this, I feel a certain way. And it's not pointing a finger. It's not telling this person you're not allowed to do X, Y, Z. This is just letting them know your feelings, but in a rational sense, not in pointing fingers, blame, or whatever, just opening up. Or, like just sitting down and being like, I like it when you wear those gray sweatpants. They look amazing on you. Not always about what's wrong, but also about what's right. Um, and that will help to fan the flames. It'll help them to be more open, because if you, every time you find out something that you don't like and you just this person is less likely to open up to you because they're scared of your reaction, and vice versa. Just let people be who they are, and they'll show you exactly how they feel. But you have to let them be who they are. All right, so let's get some more cards here. Trauma, childhood wounds, and addictions. I do feel you both have certain traumas and triggers and things that resurface at times. Your person could drink or do drugs, but they've had a wake-up call recently that has tested their faith, or you as well, both of you. Emotionally scarred. I think the both of you are in that place of like, you've had crutches up until this point. At the bottom, I've got new phase, commitment, and engagement. You're the only one for me. So, like I said, this connection is pure. The two of you do match with each other. But I think things have gotten to a place that it's like, make it or break it. Like, let's do this or not. But it's accepting the person you love for who they are unconditionally. Like, no matter what they do you still love them? And showing them that you still love them. Not telling them that they're wrong or, whatever. Because you wouldn't like that if somebody was constantly on your ass telling you what you do wrong, or I don't like it when you do this, or, all that. Like, I understand there are certain times that things do need to be pointed out and addressed, but they can be done in, like, calm manner, not like you hold it in and to the point that you explode on each other. Because hurt people do hurt people. And a lot of us are damaged, and we don't know we're triggered until the trigger happens, So you're just two humans trying to do the best that you can. And it says you didn't see my tears. So they have cried about this. And they miss the connection. They miss things being good between the two of you. I want to make amends. I want to make things right. And I'm not financially stable. So their main objective here could be to make things right, and like get the finances back in order, get on top of what they need to, And they said they'd do it all again. So even through all the pain and the tears, it's still something that is worth it to them. And they have trouble getting close to people because they've been hurt a lot, is what I'm getting. But to close it out, I'm gonna pull some letter charms to see signifiers if this is your reading. I've got the letter E, the letter M, the letter R, the letter J, the letter K, the letter Y, and the letter X. So, my dear Aries, I hope something in this reading resonated with you. I hope you got something from this. If you did, please like the video, leave me a comment, and thanks again for being number 4 on the top watched and interacted with videos. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.